I don't know if she's a home wrecker or not. I can't answer that, but I know that what she's doing in people's homes is just wrecking.
So, word on the street is that after years of being dragged through the mud and painted as Hollywood's ultimate villain, Nicole Murphy is absolutely exhausted from carrying the bad guy title and is actively trying to rewrite her narrative about wrecking Lisa Raye's home.
At that time, my mother told me then, she said, but you gotta watch that one then. And I was like, who? I said, the one dancing? She said, yes, that's Eddie Murphy's. What? She said, you gotta watch that one.
I don't know if Lisa Raye is back breathing on her neck, but I've heard that Nicole is out here basically saying, look, I'm not the one who destroyed that home. That man was already wilding out. And honestly, that's true, because Lisa's ex-husband, Michael Misick, was allegedly messing with half of Hollywood, including rumors involving Roxy Diaz and Omarosa. Apparently, Nicole is basically trying to show that she's been taking 100% of the blame for a situation where the man in charge was the one breaking his vows.
Mountain of its own. And like I said, no, listen, it said I broke up somebody's marriage, which is absolutely false. I never did that. There was a statement released by that ex-husband saying it's false. And no,
you're talking about when Lisa Raye got involved and said you slept with her husband.
Yes, and it's not true.
No, she talked real breezy on social media.
I know, it's not true. First of all, her husband released a statement.
That was Turks and Caicos King.
Yes, saying it's not true.
Yeah, I saw that.
Nobody focused on that issue. No one, they just focused on
in bed with Roxy, so
it has nothing to do with me.
I'm just saying, who believes what he said?
Okay, but
men lie. But men lie.
But I'm telling you, it's not true.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just saying what I'm talking about.
Well, allegedly, Nicole has been telling people behind closed doors that Lisa Raye's ex-husband was the one aggressively pursuing her, using his massive power, wealth, and that flashy status to completely sweep her off her feet. Allegedly, Nicole's defense is that she didn't go hunting for anyone's husband. Rather, Misick was the one who heavily came onto her. She reportedly feels it's wildly unfair that she's being painted as the ultimate villain, arguing that if a powerful man is actively chasing you down and throwing luxury at your feet, he's the one who should be held accountable for wrecking his own home. Actually, according to insiders, Misick explicitly told her that he and Lisa Raye were already completely miserable and having massive issues, and he allegedly painted a picture of a total dead-on arrival relationship, assuring Nicole that the marriage was practically over anyway, and they were just keeping up appearances for the public and his political career. I don't know if this justifies anything, because y'all already know this whole affair had Lisa Raye absolutely down in her feelings, because this wasn't just some random chick off the street. Nicole was someone in her inner circle and one of her closest friends. And when I tell y'all that Lisa has been mad about this situation for over 2 decades, she hasn't stopped talking about it. I mean, she talked about the affair to TMZ in 2019 and expressed deep disappointment over the lack of loyalty, noting that this wasn't a stranger. It was someone she invited into her home, celebrated birthdays with, and considered a friend. She also emphasized that while everyone makes mistakes and has done things they regret, doing it among close circles crosses a major line, and Nicole did exactly that. Yet again in 2020, she said that she was mad that Nicole called her a liar, basically confirming that she was still not over the betrayal.
Then lie in front of the world, you calling me a liar, and we talked about this. We discussed this already. So now you reneging, and do you really want me to pull out those receipts? I'm not that kind of woman to want to do that, but if you make me, I can and I will. And if you keep mentioning my name, that's not a good thing either. I don't want the beef. We don't have to have the beef. I ain't got to see you. You do absolutely nothing for me. Nothing. And I do nothing for her. But let's keep it cordial where when I see you, I don't want to slap the shit out of you. Let's just keep it cool. And that's my point.
Honey, towards the end of 2024, Lisa also spilled on the details during an interview with Carlos King for his Reality with the King podcast. And she began the conversation by telling Carlos King that her own mother warned her against Nicole at her bachelorette party at the time, before she married her then-husband, former Turks and Caicos premier Michael Misick, but she didn't listen. Then she said that their friendship demise began after she checked the manifest of her private plane, which lists all staff and passengers, and saw that Nicole's name was on there for a trip to Turks and Caicos, and the invitation didn't come from her. Of course, this shocked Lisa, and she was just like, if you have a girlfriend that has her own island, I would think that you would call and say, hey girl, I'm coming, because I was getting everybody to come. So why you would accept an invitation from him and you don't even know him is unbeknownst to me. So Lisa then went on to say that she attempted to confront Nicole over the phone about the trip, but she initially denied ever having been on the plane or traveling and hung up. Then, after Nicole continued to ignore her repeated calls, she hit up NFL star Michael Strahan, who was romantically involved with Nicole at the time, to see if he knew anything about the trip. Michael also said that he didn't know anything about that, and that's when Nicole sent him video evidence she found of Nicole and her ex-husband pulling up together to the private plane airstrip.
That's just how much I was just like, what, bitch, you don't do that. Friends don't do that now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that I would think an enemy would do, or somebody that I just don't know. But someone that you have to watch your girl, where I come from, south side of Chicago, that's an ass whooping. That's an ass whooping.
In the same interview, Lisa also revealed that at one point, Nicole tried to be cordial and wave at her, and she confronted her to her face, saying, she waved at me, and I was thinking, who is she waving at? She's not waving at me. And so I went to go ask her, did you try to beckon me over here? Because here I am. In addition, Lisa also said that the sad part was that she would be looking back at her old wedding and bachelorette photos, and seeing Nicole standing right there in the mix just made her stomach turn. Then she joked that Nicole needs to be incredibly thankful that she's still out here maturing every single day, because otherwise, well, let's just say old school Chicago Lisa Raye would have handled things a whole lot differently. Now, even though Nicole continued to deny the affair with Lisa Raye's ex-husband, she told Carlos King that her ex-husband finally admitted that he cheated with Nicole, and that contributed to their eventual divorce in 2008. Apparently, he confessed that he and Nicole Murphy had slept together about 2 or 3 times during their secret meetings. And since then, Lisa has made it pretty clear that she's still pissed. She even did another interview on the Ricky Smiley morning show, and she doubled down on her previous comments, adding that she never blamed Nicole for breaking up her marriage, and further claimed that Nicole's play on words was strategic.
So she said that I was lying about...
And I didn't like that.
Yeah, she did the play on words with on the Wendy Williams show. You know, I did not break up Lisa Raye's marriage. It was like, no, but oops. I mean, no, I didn't say that. I never said that you broke up my marriage. That ain't what I said. So, you know, I'm going to let her play on words on that, and she might want to come and see me. She might want to, you know, see me and tell me that face to face. I would accept that.
I absolutely don't think that should happen.
Finish her.
Why not?
No,
Crazy.
because I know you.
To me, that's the only way to get things out. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely
Just be face-to-face
not.
from woman to woman about it. I've been woman to woman about it when I stepped to her. You know what I mean? So now if she think I'm lying, I welcome you to come to me and tell me that in my face.
Well, allegedly, Lisa Raye has been calling Nicole all sorts of names once again, and based on reports, Nicole is just sick of it. She's reportedly saying that Lisa Raye is using her as a human punching bag to air out all her lingering frustrations about how her life turned out, and instead of blaming the man who actually broke the vows, she spent over a decade dragging her through the mud every chance she gets. Okay, on one hand, there are people who are saying that Nicole definitely needs to be dragged because the incident wasn't isolated. Remember, Nicole also received a lot of backlash when she was spotted kissing film director Antoine Fuqua while the two were in Italy and while he was married to Lila Rashawn. And it was more than one kiss, by the way. Antoine was reportedly there for a film festival, while Nicole claimed she happened to be in town on business of her own. After the photos were released, Nicole reportedly put out a statement claiming she and Antoine were just friends, but obviously that was not true, because people don't go around passionately kissing their friends like that. So yeah, there are people who still believe that her behavior needs to be called out. However, on the other hand, there are people who think Lisa Raye dragging this and trying to pin the ultimate downfall of her marriage on Nicole after all these years just feels like displaced anger. And ultimately, Nicole Murphy's bottom line is the exact same. It was never her fault. From day one, her stance has been that she didn't break up that home, she didn't write those vows, and she certainly wasn't the one responsible for the political or personal collapse of that home, and she is still standing by those words. She is basically telling the world that she refuses to be the eternal scapegoat for Lisa Raye's unresolved marital trauma, and she is done apologizing for a broken home she maintains she never tore down. Plus, let's not forget that there have been allegations that Lisa and Nicole are birds of the same feather, because didn't Lisa Raye get exposed for having an affair with Gary Payton while he was married? And there have been a few allegations from back in the day about how she also wrecked a couple of homes. Ultimately, to a lot of people, this anger and grudge that she's held on to is simply misplaced. I don't know, guys. Are y'all buying Nicole's defense and agreeing that Lisa should just let it go? Or do you think a friend of the family should have known better regardless of what the husband was saying?